In this video, I will give you a full tutorial on the futures trading on the platform BloFin. If you want to get the best sign-up bonus possible on BloFin, make sure to go down to the first link in the video description. You will get to exactly this page right here and you can get up to $5,000 in bonuses. To create your account, simply enter your email address and set a password and then you're ready to go. Once you have created an account and you log in for the first time, you will get to this page right here, and the first thing I want to show you is how you can deposit money. So first of all, if you want to deposit with crypto, simply go up here to your assets and then click on funding, then just go up here to deposit. Up here you can choose the coin you want to deposit, for example Bitcoin, Ethereum, there are many coins. I like to use USDT because we also need USDT to then later on trade with it. Then choose a network. I personally, for example, like the Tron network because it has very low fees. And then down here you will be presented with your personal deposit address, which you can then copy to your clipboard and send the crypto to this address, and it should arrive right here within a few minutes. Of course, you can do the same with any other cryptocurrency. If you don't have any crypto yet or you want to deposit with fiat, there's also one option. If you just go up here to buy crypto, choose your fiat currency right here. For example, you can also choose the euro and then type in here how much you want to buy, for example 500 euro, and then down here just simply choose USDT, because what it will do is it will just buy USDT for you and then send it to BloFin automatically and you will have it in here. Down here you will see different payment providers, for example Simplex or Alchemy. If you just click on it, you'll also see their different payment methods which they offer, and then if you just click on buy now, you will be redirected to this third party, confirm the purchase there and the payment, and then you will have the money within a few minutes on here as well. The fees with those options are a little bit high, and also they don't have pretty high limits. So if you want to deposit thousands or $10,000s of dollars, this is not a very good option. I have a separate tutorial on my channel. If you just search for fiat deposit on BloFin on my channel, you will find a separate video where I show you step by step another method which is recommended for larger sums as well. But this can also be an option if you just want to get started and you don't have some crypto yet. So once you're done with the deposit, you can simply go back to your assets right here and to funding. This is where all of your assets should appear. So if you have it here in your account, you need to make sure that you have it in USDT. So if you have something else deposited, you need to make sure that you convert it first into USDT, because we need USDT to then trade with it. And to do that, you can simply go up here to spot and then up here choose the right trading pair. For example, if you have deposited Bitcoin, you need to choose the BTC USDT trading pair, and then just go here to the right, click on sell, market, and then enter the amount right here that you want to sell. Just put it to 100% if you want to do so, and then click on sell. You should see your available balance in Bitcoin if you have it deposited right here, or for whichever currency that you have deposited and chosen the right trading pair right here. If you don't see it in here, make sure to click on this and transfer it from your funding account to your spot account, because we have different accounts on here. Let me also show you that. If you go here to assets, we have the funding account, which is for depositing and withdrawing any assets. We have the spot account, which is to convert one to another, which we are currently doing right here. And we have the futures account, which is used to leverage trade with those funds. So once you're done with that, you have sold it and have it in USDT. We are perfectly fine. We can now go back to assets. Let's go to overview to also show the different accounts again. So yes, you can see me personally, I have everything in my funding account still. If you have converted something, you might have it in your spot account. But now to trade with it, you need to make sure that we have it in our futures account. And to do that, you just go up here to transfer, then choose USDT from funding to futures. In my case, I can see my available balance here. Click on all, confirm, and then as you will see, now I have it here in my futures account. All right, so that's it for the setup. We can now go to the futures platform, and to go there, we simply go up here to futures and then click here on futures. All right, so let me show you what we can see in here. First of all, up here, we can choose our trading pair. So if you go on here, you can choose whichever trading pair you want to trade. As you can see, there are many cryptocurrencies right here that you can trade. In my case, I'm just going to stick with Bitcoin for now. Down here, you will see the price chart, which is just a cutout from TradingView. You can see some different tools that you have. You can choose the different time frames in here. And of course, you will also later on see your trades and your take profit, stop loss, everything right here in the chart. On the right side, we can see the order book, all the selling orders up here and the buying orders down here in the market. And down here, we will later on see our opened positions, which we will get into in just a bit. When we open our first position, you can also see open orders and your history. And here on the right side, if you go up a little bit, you will also see your equity. So that's the funds that we've deposited to our futures account. If you don't see it in here yet, by the way, you can also see it up here, which is available of that. You can also go in here and still transfer some funds from your other accounts, which we have checked out already. And lastly, up here, this is our section where we can control our trades. So where we can basically set our leverage, set the margin mode, set the order types, and the position size, take profit, stop loss, and eventually open our positions. So let's open our first long trade. And to do that, we first need to choose our margin type. I recommend you to leave that on isolated. we can choose our leverage. In this case, I'm going to leave it at a 5x leverage. And then we can now choose the order type, market or limit. In a limit order, you could set a certain price at which you want your position to be opened. For example, if you type in 100,000, then you would simply place an order in here, and only if the price goes down and reaches that number, then your long position would be opened. What I mostly use and also recommend is just a market order, because a market order is opened immediately at the current market price. So once we have that set up, we can now choose the position size. Make sure to choose here USDT, and you can now type in the position size that you want to have. So if you type in, for example, $500, you will see down here that we are using $100 of our own money, because $100 times the 5x leverage will equal an entire position size of $500. So that's how these numbers work together. Once you're fine with that, we can also set a take profit and stop loss. If you just click on this little arrow right here, we can now type in the prices, or also click on advanced. And then say, for example, you want to type in here your P&L, so your profit and loss for your take profit. So you can go in here and type in, if I want to make $50 of profit, the price will automatically be calculated and set in here. Same goes for your stop loss. I also want to set it by P&L in USDT. You could also set it in P&L by percentage, or the percentage of the price move. That's also possible. So in this case, I'm just going to say, I want to set it at $15 of a loss. Price is also automatically calculated in here. Click on confirm. It will be set up in here. And now I can open my long position. So I'm just going to click on here, $500 big, take profit, stop loss, click on confirm, and I have my position opened. We can also immediately see it in the chart. So if I zoom out a little bit in here, you will see this is where we entered the position. Up here is our take profit, and down here is our stop loss with the profit and loss we've initially set up. And here's the position size, the $500. If you scroll down a little bit, you will also see all the important information about your trade down here. So we can see it's a long trade with a 5x leverage, $500 position size. This is where we entered our trade. This is our margin, so our own capital in this trade, which is the $100 we initially set up, our opened profit and loss, and our liquidation price. Liquidation price means if we don't have a stop loss, currently we have one, but let's assume we didn't have one, then the price would fall down to $48,000. Then our position would be closed automatically by the platform, and it would be so-called liquidated, and we would lose our margin in this trade. You cannot lose more than your margin, but this is your own capital in this trade, so that's at risk. And at your liquidation price, you would lose your entire margin. Of course, we can prevent that, which we have already done by setting a stop loss, where we limited our losses to $15. If the price goes down to here, it will automatically also be closed, and we would only lose the $15 we've set up in here. So that's very important to know. Next up, I also want to show you how you can adjust your take profit and stop loss. Either you can just go here in the price chart, tap and hold, and set it to a different number. You will also see that it changes up right here, the number. Same goes for your stop loss. You can replace it to a different location, or also just go down here on edit. And then if you just click right here on modify, you can set your take profit and your stop loss numbers to different values. For example, I want to have $38 of profit, and I want to set this to $7 of loss, confirm, and you will see it switched up these numbers as well. If you want to cancel them, you can just click on the X2 and just set new ones, either by just going here to the plus, or also if you hover your mouse over here, tap on TP and drag, you can also see immediately your profit you would make at those prices. And if you just release it, then you have set your take profit in here. Same goes for my stop loss. Let's set it to $15 of loss right here, release it. And you can also place your TP and SL that way too. If you want to close your trade, you can simply go down here and type in the amount you want to close. So you can say 50% of the trade you want to close, or just the entire trade. If you just put it to 100%, you will close the entire trade. Here you can type in the price. In this case, you just can set it to market, then it will close immediately. And then if you just click on close right here, you will see you will close your entire trade. Don't forget to create an account on BloFin by using the first link down from the video description to get up to $5,000 in bonuses. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the comments.